Real quick before this video starts, a couple things. Firstly, shout out to Chivo for editing down this reaction. He's been editing down all of the King Gizzard reactions, so I seriously appreciate it. Secondly, I'm in the new setup. There's obviously not much in here right now. It's completely fucking empty besides my just actual streaming setup, but we're gonna fill it out. We're gonna have like the drums back there. We're gonna have like posters up on the wall. We're gonna soundproof it so it's not as echoey and stuff. This room is gonna be great. Lastly, this reaction is taken from a couple months back from one of my viewer music submission live streams. I have now heard every King Gizzard album, so don't worry about letting me know which one to listen to next. I've already heard everything. The viewer music submission streams are now back, by the way. We are doing them Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at 3 PM UK time, so make sure you stop in, say hi, send me some music if you want, and yeah, enjoy the reaction.
Alright, we got another third King Gizzard album in a row. That is insane. Flying Microtonal Banana, ladies and gentlemen, another King Gizzard album. Just gonna get straight into this one, not gonna take a break between albums or anything like that, just gonna go straight into it. Alright, Flying Microtonal Banana. 9 songs, 41 minutes, third King Gizzard album in a row. Let's go. Actually, I'm gonna put the back on this shit. Hold on a sec, I just looked on Album of the Year. Psychedelic rock, garage rock, Anatolian rock, and crap. What is Anatolian rock? What else on here? Another King Gizzard albums, 2 more King Gizzard albums I'm seeing here. Altin Gun? King Gizzard is the only band listed as critics' top Anatolian rock artists. What the hell is this genre? And why is it like only King Gizzard and one other band? Middle Eastern guitar tones. Yeah. I'm becoming King Gizzard pilled, and I'm not upset about it. These like wind sounds are amazing. Oh, never mind. I was going to say not crazy on the fade out, but then it went into that transition, and then I was proven completely wrong. Starting off on a W, 9.3. That was great. That was such a strong opener. From the really intense wind sounds, the fantastically recorded drums, the absolutely insane vocal layering on that one. That was a very, very, very strong start to this album. And King Gizzard have proven that this album is just going to be another W. Next track, Melting. Time to go to Genius. This album seems to be a lot more chill than the previous album that we listened to. It's more focused on like slowly building instrumentals as opposed to the last album we listened to, which was more like just an intense wall of noise front to back. Two very different things, but I feel like both were done great. This sounds fantastic. Both of these are the same year. Oh, they did that. Well, I'm guessing they must have been like back to back. Yeah, they were back to back. Yeah, it was Anoxia, then Microtonal Banana, then Under the Universe. Fantano like this one as well. Maybe an 80. I'm using a microtonal guitar. It's so smooth. It is. It's focused more on being smooth than being abrasive, which I like. Can I notice the microtonality at all? No. I just think the guitars sound cool. King Gizzard coming out with an album this year? Because it looks like they've come out with an album, at least one album every year since 2012. Except for in 2018, actually. They're always recording something? Cool. Yeah, if they release anything new this year, I'll probably make a video on it. Transition again. Yeah. The fade outs into the transitions are actually really cool. Normally I hate fade outs, but going into the transitions they sound great. I like that even more than the first track. I give that 9.5. That was like even smoother than the first song. It was even catchier than the first one. I feel like the repetition works even better than the first track at just hammering these really smooth, gorgeous riffs and really interesting vocal passages into your brain. I love this. Honestly, it's great opening two tracks. Next track, Open Water. No lyrics for this one either, we gotta go on Genius. Okay, apparently the song is talking about like rising sea levels due to like climate change, which I guess you could tie that to the first song, Melting. I guess, is that meant to be like the ice caps melting and then it's causing the water to rise? I've not really been paying attention to the story of the album up to this point, but I'm guessing those two tracks, that the two tracks are connected in that way. Yeah, again, King Gizzard goes about their lyrical content in like the most interesting way possible and is able to create something that actually makes you think, but also creates a really cool, interesting, and also obviously really weird story. The lyrics on all of the King Gizzard albums I've heard have been incredible. Like, they've been arguably the best thing about it. That's cool. On the first track you have like the sound of wind in the background. On this track you have like the sound of the ocean. That's so sick. The instrumental breaks on all of these songs have been great so far. Microtonal means slightly out of pitch, but not out of pitch. Okay, cool. I can't really notice it. I just think the guitars sound cool. That was very cool. So it doesn't seem like there's like an overarching concept this album, but each song seems to have its own little story. This one is about water levels rising due to climate change, and then some underwater beast, apparently the Kraken, probably because he says the Kraken's got the best of me this time, is awoken due to the fact that the water has risen, and it comes up and it drags this guy underwater and he is killed. Unlucky. Like, they go about incorporating this messaging about things like politics and climate change and stuff like that in the most interesting way possible. They create actual cohesive stories out of it that are kind of like meant to be almost cautionary tales, and they work so well. They're so cool. They're simultaneously so silly but so serious in what they are warning about. It's basically what I'm saying is you gotta have 6 million IQ to understand this, okay? I give that a 9.6. That's about right, 9.6. That was my favorite so far. Sleep Drifter up next. So, according to Genius, this song is about the lead singer being like in and out of sleep. So the song is about a stage of sleep where the line is blurred between consciousness and unconsciousness, and he's not necessarily dreaming but is not experiencing the events of the song. The partner written about is not physically present, so he's sort of like imagining, I guess, while he's on tour, that his partner is like next to him, and this is like just a song about like an actual feeling that he has while he's like on tour away from this person. Which is cool. It's nice to have something that isn't about, like, a grand presentation and metaphor for, like, something super serious. It's just, like, a more personal song to the lead singer. Who is the lead singer? I forget his name. This album is too in key. It's misleading. Stu McKenzie. That's his name. Yeah, it seems to be more about one of his personal experiences more than, like, a metaphor for something. Which is nice. It's nice to have something like that on here. It's a nice change of tone. I'm gonna let it transition. Oh, we got actual lyrics this time. Cool. That was probably my least favorite so far. First, I'm gonna get the positives out of the way. The lyrical content was great on that one. It's nice to have something more personal and more small scale, just about like a personal experience that he has, either probably while he's on tour with the band. The instrumental was very solid, but by the very end it did get just a little bit repetitive, and I do feel like the song could have been shortened by maybe about half a minute to a minute, but still, I thought it was still great, something I would return to probably a decent amount. Just, it feels like it was just a little too long and it got a little repetitive, so I guess an 8.3. Billabong Valley up next.
Outlaws on the run, faster than a stolen gun. Died naked to the trees, killed so gruesomely. Burning tents to the ground, cops won't wave them down. The most wanted men, bush rangers raining in.
Go and Genius, see what this song is actually about.
Blood
Cool transition. I looked on Genius to see what this song is about, and apparently it's about a guy called Dan Morgan who was a bushranger, which are like sort of like an outlaw, which were an outlaw group in Australia in like the late 1800s, who apparently got shot when after like, what was it? Mad Dog Morgan was shot on the morning of the 9th of April, 1865, after holding up a family the previous day. He attempted to leave their property, but was shot in the back while he was surrounded by police. So yeah, it's just about this guy who was like part of this outlaw group who got killed after like keeping a family hostage. I don't know what relevance that has to the album necessarily, but it still is an interesting thing to have a song on, and is interesting to learn about, I guess. Instrumental was still solid as hell. Production's fantastic. I actually really like the pitched up vocals, but I will say this is probably my least favorite up to this point. Just a little bit under Billabong Valley. I give it like a flat 8. Sorry, not right under Billabong Valley, right under Sleep Drifter. Sorry. Next song, Anoxia. This song is apparently about the bushfires in Australia. There's the Eastern stuff you were talking about earlier. Great transition into Doom City. No lyrics again. That was great. That was another solid ass song. I would give that one a high 8, like an 8.8. I love the lyrical content on that track. I love the way it goes about describing the bushfires in Australia, and it's talking about like a family sleeps at the crease. They died by fire. They found no heat. The crease refers to the popping crease on a cricket pitch located in the middle of an oval. Considering the song is specifically about the Black Saturday bushfires that occurred in Victoria in 2009, the subject of the chorus represents a literal family that has died of anoxia, lack of oxygen in the brain, due to the surrounding fires consuming all of their breathable air, but were not burned by the fire's heat. Yeah, so it's like the irony of the fact that even though they are not dying directly by the fire, they're dying by something that the fire has caused, which again is another like cautionary tale type thing of them being like, if we allow these wildfires to continue, stuff like this happens. Which again, the way they go about writing is amazing. I love the writing on literally all of these songs so far. Next track, Doom City. Oh, thank God we didn't. I thought you meant unlucky as in we got taken down then. So, apparently, this song was inspired by when Stu Mackenzie visited Beijing a couple years before the track was recorded, and the pollution in the air is so thick that the sun is rarely seen, and when it does occasionally come out, people go outside and take pictures of it. Okay, again, The writing is incredible. Referring to it as like Doom City, that's a great way of going about this. Transitions are perfect as always. I would give that one 8.5, I reckon. Not one of my favorites up to this point, but still pretty solid. Yeah, that track definitely lived up to its name of Doom City, where it literally sounds like the sound of it, especially going into the end, literally sounds like the end of the world. And he's talking about like how polluted the air is. It rips him up. It's charged with particles. He, an Empyrean, breathes from his mouth and over tongue. Sky will crucify, tear little holes in my lung. Like, it's, again, just such a messed up but also incredibly detailed way of going about this, and does such a great job at portraying just how serious and bad it is. I love the writing so much. I think that the writing is definitely this album's strong suit up to this point. It's probably the best thing about it. I feel like the only thing that's holding songs like this back, I feel like some of the instrumentals do get a tiny bit repetitive, similar to, not the previous album we listened to, but the one before it. Yeah, Infest the Rat's Nest. I feel like it does get a little bit repetitive in the same way that album does. But still, it doesn't really take away from it, because I still think the sound itself is strong enough to carry it across the 42-minute runtime. Next track, Nuclear Fusion. No lyrics again, alright. Back to Genius. Look at this. I'm looking at a King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard song, and on You might also like. It's the 3 Kendrick diss tracks. You might also like Euphoria, you might also like Meet the Grahams, and you might also like Not Like Us. Why is that on the recommended for this? That doesn't make any sense. So he's talking a lot about, like, well, obviously, nuclear stuff. How do I put this? How, like, nuclear technology, I guess, is ruining humanity. He's talking about, like, earlier he said, look into the sky and see the pattern reflecting in your eye from a distance. That was him talking about, like, a mushroom cloud. And here he's saying we're essentially all one being, which I guess is meant to say that when it comes to nuclear warfare, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, everyone will die, saying we're all on the same level when it comes to something like that. Which, again, the writing, perfect. They do a great job at having this be almost like a warning about nuclear warfare. That was, honestly, that was like as good as like the first 3 tracks. I give that one a 9.4. That was actually great. With at the end here, he's saying all that I ever see is nuclear. I can't speak. All I ever see is nuclear fusion. All I ever hear is nuclear fusion. It's like the irony that the same thing that will probably destroy humanity is the same thing that is the reason why it's here, because nuclear fusion is basically what caused the Big Bang, and nuclear fusion is the reason that the sun exists and the reason we're able to see and stuff like that. It's like, again, such a great piece of irony to throw in at the end of the song, and it's a great way of displaying the power of this thing that we are trying to control, I guess. They just have so many like interesting statements on this album about so many different things. While this album isn't the most like consistent in terms of themes like a lot of their other albums are, I feel like the range of themes that they cover makes it so strong, especially with how competently and how much how much clarity they are covering it with, I guess. Not intelligence, I'm an idiot. Let's hope that the album ends on a strong note. Flying Microtonal Banana. I'm guessing no lyrics? Yeah, no lyrics. Yeah, cool little outro. Oh, and it ends with the wind sounds that you had on Rattlesnake. Cool. Honestly, I kind of like that it ends on an instrumental song. That's really cool. Having just an instrumental piece on a King Gizzard album. I think this is the first fully instrumental song that I've heard from King Gizzard. I don't think they've had just an instrumental track on any of the other albums I've heard from him. Yeah, that was a really cool way to end it. Not like, didn't like blow me away or anything, but I still thought it was solid as hell. Yeah, an 8.7. Yeah, the way it worked in the Eastern influences, the way it worked in some of the other sounds from the previous songs, like for example the wind sound from Rattlesnake and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. And that was the third in a row King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard album of this stream. I'm slowly becoming King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard pilled, and I'm not complaining. This music is great. What I think of this in comparison to King Gizzard's albums, I thought this was another strong ass release. I thought it was great. I thought it was actually great. I'm going to add up the scores, and then I will tell you what my overall score. For the album is. I'm tripping up on my words a lot today. Sounds about right. I am feeling a 8.9 and 8.9. Sorry, not a 8.9. Alright, I put it on the list. This is going to be going in 4th place, I think. 4th place. Alright, cool. We have now listened to 6 King Gizzard albums. So current ranking is last place, Infest the Rat's Nest at an 8.5, then Murder of the Universe, also an 8.5, then Flying Microtonal Banana at an 8.9, then Onagon Infinity 9.1, Polygon Dwana Land also at a 9.1, and then Petrodragonic Apocalypse at a 9.4. I love this band. I am so happy that I've been sending stuff from them because I honestly don't know how long it would have taken me to get around to listening to them had I not. So thank you very much, Chivo, for sending in 6 of their albums now at this point, as well as the single that you sent in, Change. 19 albums left. Wait, actually? Oh my god, you're not lying. They have 19 other albums. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna get around to listening to their other albums at some point. I'm not too sure when, but yeah, I definitely want to continue listening to them.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. Shout out again to Chivo for editing it down. I seriously greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you think of this album down below and how it compares to other King Gizzard albums for you, and let me know what other albums you'd like me to listen to in the future. Links in the description to my Discord, my album of the year, my Twitter, and my second channel. Check those out if you haven't, and also make sure to like and sub if you haven't as well, because we're on our way to 2K. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all whenever I next stream or upload.